Transport Fever 2 tutorial. So I am playing Transport Fever 2. I started a new game. It's one of the ones that has a very long map. It wasn't what I was expected. Doesn't have quite as many cities as I want, but it's not so bad. And I've got a long way to go. I'm just doing the roads right now. If you start out with the trains, they're really not going to move anything. And obviously you start with all the source resources. This is a raw material, and it has to go to some sort of a production facility, which is obviously over here, and then it goes to another facility. So you want to start with the raw resources, and I put a truck depot right over here. You want to make sure there's a lot of room on the left and right of your truck depot, because you're going to need to expand it later into a larger depot. And it has to go to here, so I'm going to put a truck depot over here. You notice that this one is in some sort of a hill, so it's modified the terrain. So from here it's going to make the oil, and then you want to make fuel, but I don't see any fuel anywhere. The fuel is up over here near Jacksonville. It's a bit of a drive. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to haul between here and here. There's another place over here that can do fuel. And I'm going to change the color to black because oil is black. I'm going to change it to load, full load any. And then it's going to be called oil 2. And then I am going to go to the depot. I'm going to buy a fuel truck. And I'm going to assign it to oil 2. It's not the shortest route. What I could do is make the route shorter, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Right now I want to figure out how do I get it to the oil processing facility over here. Okay, so there's a major road over here that I built, and I'm probably going to have to make a depot. There's one over here. I'm probably going to have to make a depot over here. I'm going to make this one on the side road like that. I'm going to expand it. You click on cargo, and then I'm going to put a couple of these. And because I want it to be, it's auto saving right now. I want it to have a big capacity. So I'm going to add an extra level. And because I already have 3, I'm going to put 4. Just to see what happens. I'm going to add one more over here. I'm going to add some of the cargo buildings. And then I'm going to put some of the small cargo buildings. I'm going to go to street access, and I'm going to put a street over here because it's going to become congested, so now they have another possible entrance. Okay, so I have this line over here. It's already kind of busy, and I'm going to send everything to to Shreveport, and I'm going to manage the vehicles. I'm going to duplicate it so that we've got another truck on the line. And then he's going to have to take it to this facility over here. You see that the oil is being dropped off over here. You got oil 1. I'm going to create a line that's going to go from here to here. I'm going to make it red. And I will put the full load any so that it doesn't go on empty loads. That's called line 6. And then I'm going to get some vehicles. I'm going to get one of these, one of these, and one of these, and one of these. So we got one of each. Put it on line 6. And it will run between those two stops, delivering materials back and forth. And hopefully it'll get all that fuel. They'll run the fuel however they can. If you connect here to here to here using general cargo, and it can use it to get to another spot, it will put it on your route. So we've got a lot of ore, and I've got a lot of wood. This is not being used over here. We've got a lot of wood over here. So where does the wood go? Line 5 is the one that has a lot of wood on it, which means it's sending wood out this way somewhere. In fact, you can figure out where. You go to here and you click on line 5. Somewhere it tells you. It says Irvine Transfer and Killeen. Killeen is over here. Must be going up to this sawmill. There's literally a sawmill right here. Some cargo items are lost because the station is overloaded. So what I'm going to do is I am going to build a bigger station. Like so. Doesn't have to be that big because there's not a lot of lines coming in here. So now we've got a greater cargo capacity. And the notification went away. And I am going to set it so that they go to different terminals. Now it's split up onto different terminals. Okay, so we're going to look at this one over here. He needs some storage facilities. He needs more vehicles, so we go to Manage Vehicles, hit Duplicate. And now I've added a truck to the line. If the line is short, then it'll be fine. Over here we've got an issue. It's going to be the same exact thing. I am going to manage the vehicles. I'm going to duplicate. Do the configure. Going to have to make this bigger. And you can delete these later. It does cost money. I think you get your money back when you delete it. And then I'm going to see if I can put a street access over here. No, I can't. You always want people getting out, if you can. This over here needs to be connected, but I don't have a lot of stone, so it's not going to really get any use. Over here we've got ore, and over here we have ore. Over here there's ore. It's got to go down to here. There's a lot of ore. There's more ore over here. So I am going to bring it down to here. So I will add a line. I'll do new line from here to here. And I'm going to make it orange because it's the color of the ore. I'm going to make it iron 6. And then I'm going to put a full load any. This right here is very useful. I know you're curious what it is. It allows them to use any of the tracks when they come in, so they're not assigned to a specific track. Okay, so this is iron 6. He needs a vehicle. So I'm going to buy one of these and assign it to iron 6. And then he's good to go. You notice it's not the fastest route. So you fix it by building a road like that. Now it's taking the new road, and over here it's not so bad. I think I might leave it the way it is for now. Later I'll change it. There's a lot of wood over here. This guy makes tools. So he wants this wood to make it up to here. The truck depot, you can put it over here. It'll show you, you know, it's if it's white. You can see that over here it's still connected, over here it's not, and over there it is. So I'm going to build it right over here. And I am going to do wood from here. I will build a line like this, and I will go from here to here, and then I will make it this color. And these are actually planks, I think they're called. So I'm going to call it planks 1. Put the full load, if any, and then I have to get this vehicle which has the planks, and then assign it to planks 1. And hopefully we'll start to see the planks appear over here. There it is. This is a tool. The tool has to get somewhere useful. We got planks over here also that can be transported. So the tool has to go into here. I'm going to add a line for the tools. It's going to be called Tools 2. And I'm going to change the color to like a bluish color. Put this to full load any. I always start at the source and end at the destination just for consistency, because you don't want to make any mistakes. So Tools 2, gonna buy one of these, assign it to Tools 2. So I always put the source first, destination second, which means the source means I'm picking up something, destination is a drop-off. And the reason why is because I automatically know to do the load, if any, on the first entry. So there's a small problem. This is a destination for logs. But you notice that some of the logs are being put on a truck going out to Philadelphia West. Not supposed to be like that. The logs are supposed to stay here. Yeah, see, they're pulling some of the logs out. They're bringing logs in and then they're taking them back. You really don't want it to be like that, but you have to wait until it grows before you can do anything about it. Looks like this is the only one that hasn't been covered yet, which is the chemical plant. Excuse me. He's going to have trouble getting what he needs. There's been times when I had to build across the map in order to do the chemical plant. So he's going to go to here, and because it is purple, the line's going to stay purple. These are chemicals. So this is going to be chemicals 1. And I do the load, if any, because it saves. Your truck's going to wait a little bit. It's going to save on driving around. And then I need to put a truck there. Going to have to find out which one does chemicals. No, no, no. It's going to have to be this one. Okay, I might have just bought 3. And then it's going to go to chemicals 1, and the other 2 I'll use later. Got some oil over here. I'm thinking the wood's got to go next. The towns don't want raw materials. They want finished materials, which means it's probably got to be processed. You got to take it from the source, process it, and then process it again. And you want to put the truck depot where in the right neighborhood. You see over here we've got all the fuel and the bread. You want to put the truck depot in that neighborhood. Otherwise, you got to use the drop-offs. So he's going to get a line which will go from here to here. It's going to be a short line right now. And I'm going to make it red. I'm going to call it cargo. and then I am going to put one of these trucks on cargo 1. It's going to help that city grow. You know what? If you build things like a train station and an airport, it will help the city grow, even if you don't fly things in and out. I did some testing where I built like an airport, and I noticed that the town suddenly grew. Okay, so one of the mistakes I made is that I should have made this depot near the water so I can take advantage of the shipping. And I already know that the shipping is not that useful. But I'm going to do it anyway. I will put it over here. And then I'm going to build the roads. Now you notice it's got all these connections over here. That means it's connected. You see over here, no connections. And I think if you look, you will see people walking across those connections. So it's going to connect like this. And I will build the passenger harbor also right next to it. You see it's already got the connections. Don't need to build the road. And then over, you know what, just for consistency, I will build the truck depot. You want it to be pretty big because there's gonna be a lot of trucks coming in. And the bus depot I will put over here. So now I can build, so we got line 5, 2 to 5. Over here we got 1. So I'm guessing this will be 2. And then to confirm, you see that it made a proper connection. We can make it stop on the way back too. I'm missing one of the trucks on that line. Yeah. It's missing. This is line 5. It's missing this one right here. I will assign this to line 5. And line 5 is going to be renamed Cargo 2. Okay, so the boat's got to come up to here. Build a boat. Build a street. Oh, it's got to be built like that. Now you notice that when I clicked on the truck depot, this became white. That means they're connected. Okay? So I don't have to build another truck depot. And I will add a route between here. We do a new line. I hope I didn't make a mistake. It looked like I might have added the wrong thing to the wrong place. Okay, so for the ships, I'm going to do cargo ship 1. I'm going to do the load, if any, on each one. Build a shipyard. You can build it anywhere. I don't think it needs to be connected. And then I will buy a cargo ship that transports anything. I guess it's going to be this one. And that one. And I'm going to assign them to my cargo line. And it's probably going to bankrupt me. The ships are coming out here right now. Now, obviously, this is near the water, so I could make this get on the cargo ship. I can make that get on the cargo ship. Could do it for this also. Okay, I wanted to check a line over here to make sure I didn't accidentally put the cargo port. I don't think I did. Cargo. Gonna put it over here. And then I will put another one over here, another one over here, I'm going to build a road. Got to make sure it's connected. Not only does it have to be connected, but you want to make sure that the road between here and the truck depot is as close as possible to ensure that there's a connection between the two. The most direct route possible. Because the truck depot is over here, I want to connect it as close to the truck depot as possible. And then I'm going to check each one. That one's connected. That one's connected. That one's connected. And then I'm going to come here. I'm going to do the cargo ship 1. Manage line. We started at Philadelphia. Where is Philadelphia? It's over there. And then I'm going to add this one. And I'm going to add this one. And I'm going to add that one. Usually my cargo ships don't move anything. So hopefully this time it will be different. Over here I will build cargo ship. You see that I don't have to build any road. Just got to build that. Manage line. And then I'm going to add that over here. Make sure you build your bridges high enough that they can pass under. Obviously, I could build another cargo over here, cargo over here, cargo over here, and it will deliver. I'm going to put it over here. It should work. Oh, no, wait. Is that? Yeah, it should work. Put this one over here. The reason why I built them where they are is so that the road should be pretty short. I guess it really doesn't matter. Okay, so he should be connected. That's kind of far. Hopefully it'll connect. And then we got to verify all the connections. That one's not connected. That one is. And that one is. So is it possible to fix this? Yes. I'm going to take this over here, hit configure, put street access over here. Build the road like that. Oops, you don't want to do that. Now it shows that it's connected. Going to manage line, Overland Park, add here, and then add here on the way back. Okay, so we got an issue where this one's overloaded. I am going to extend it as much as possible. I don't think I can extend it this way. Well, I guess I can. No, I can't. Oh, it did. So obviously there was a delay with the game creating the platform. Now it should have plenty of storage. You can see he's already got some ready for the cargo ship, and same with over here. Over here we have chemical plant. There's no oil. The oil is over here, kind of far. I'm going to build a line. It will start with oil to oil, to here, and then to here, and then back to there. It's a crazy route. I'm going to take a chance and go from here to here, and then to here. And it's going to be black. It's going to use the option load if any. It's going to be called oil 3. And then I will buy a truck and assign it to oil 3. Should be going good. I'm going to connect the roads so I don't have to buy as many trucks. They're going to get to where they're going faster. Hit the M key to raise the bridge. I don't like that bridge. You want the least amount of yellow possible. Okay. So that's going to shorten that route. Got some oil waiting here. We need more storage area. Okay, that'll be fine. Over here we've got wheat into bread. I see one farm over here, bunch of farms over here. They're all going to have to go that way. I'm going to run my highway. He's got to go basically to this town over here, which is Riverside or Riverdale. He's going to come through here. that. So now I got to decide, do I want to go around this way or up over this way? I think I'm going to take the route going down and around like that. It's going to continue north. Or I could go to Coral Springs. Maybe it makes sense to go to Coral Springs. So this will cross over here. Now I can add a bus from Riverside into Shreveport. Go to buildings. You want the residential area, which is over here. I'm going to destroy some of the houses so that I cover as many residential houses as possible. I'm going to do a new line, click over here. I'm going to change it to blue. I'm going to rename it. It's going to be called Bus Riverside Shreveport, and I do it alphabetically. Bus. Make the load, if any. And then I will go to here, and I'm going to buy passenger vehicle, which is going to be that bus right there. And then I will do the Riverside Shreveport. Okay, so over here, you've got line statistics. Looking for people over here. We've got line number 2. Looks like, I don't know if this is the one with people waiting or not. Okay, you want to come over here. You see over here I've got people waiting in this location. So we're going to go check it out. I don't think I could, I mean, obviously I could expand this, but it's not going to help to expand it. You really want to put in the extra buildings where they can wait. So this one's kind of busy. You go to manage vehicles, you hit the duplicate, and now there's another bus running on that line. I'm going to check out Killeen. Put a little waiting area. this bus line, I am going to manage vehicles, add a vehicle, and then for line 2, I'm going to duplicate this vehicle. So the cargo ship's pretty busy. So it picked everything up. Everything worked out great. Must have clicked on the wrong one. Okay, over here we got an issue. I'm going to provide more storage space. See how far it will go, right? Put in some of the buildings. Now it should be fine. You see that there's all the items that are stored from the new building. That's a lot of material, so I'm going to add some vehicles. If you duplicate without selecting anything, it's going to duplicate both. There's a lot over here. Wow. Now the question is, how do I efficiently increase my capacity? That's the most I can do with my current design. But obviously the other option, wow, look at that, it's already kind of busy. This one I'm going to add a vehicle. And this one I'm going to add one vehicle. So the other thing you want to do is you check the road. It's going from 1 to 2 to 3. One to 2 to 3. See if you can do a better job with the road. Like I can make a triangle over here. It's only going to change so much. Over here we got an issue. So this is going to be easy to fix. they're all on the same terminal, so I'm going to spread it out. Move that to 1, move this to 2, move this to 6, and move that to 5. So that's going to help with the congestion. See, the congestion went away. And I'm going to have to build more storage. So cargo 2 needs more vehicles. It needs coal and iron ore. Which is this vehicle over here. It's called the dump truck, so I'm going to duplicate that. He needs one of these. The only other option is to make it bigger. Put this on different lines. It's going to help a little bit. That helped. He's going to need the cargo in this area and down over here. You know what? I don't have to do it that way. I could just do the cargo drop off, truck unload, and I could just put one here and put one here and then put one here. And then just do a line. This is Killeen, so I'm going to call it Cargo Killeen. I'm going to make it one of the red colors. And do load if any. And then I will assign a vehicle. This one's a lot cheaper. I'm going to do the Urban E-Truck. So he's going to deliver the cargo into the city over here. A lot of stuff over here. Build a larger platform. and then I will build these buildings. Only going to matter so much because, well, you know what, later in the game it will make a difference because the production, you see over here the level is first level. It's going to take a while to get to the higher production. Going to expand this one. Over here we've got an issue. $720. And he's got 4 trucks. I'm going to duplicate everything. And I'm going to look at the line. Yeah, he's driving quite a distance. I could do a little bit of a shortcut. What I would do is I would connect from here straight down to here. And I could straighten this out also. And maybe over here. And of course, instead of going through the town, I could bypass and go directly around this way. Like that. You see, it took advantage of that. It's a lot of trucks too. Just build a highway connecting the two. Build this out. Here's another one. So I'm going to remove, oh, I guess that's not going to help. It'll help a little bit. Go to manage vehicles, hit the duplicate. Okay, I think I need more vehicles. There's so many. 529. He's only got one truck. So I will duplicate now. We've got 4 trucks working on that. And I'm going to check the line. The line could be fixed. See 1 to 2. I'm going to make a direct connection between 1 and 2. Like that. So obviously I don't need as many vehicles. And over here for 3, that's going to make a big improvement. Yeah, this needs some fixing. Need more terminals. And I'm going to put the storage buildings over here. And then you got to go over to terminals, and this is going to go on terminal 1. This will go on terminal 2. And you can look in the middle at the image of the terminal, and you can see how it's changing. Okay, so that's going to fix that problem. Already got a backup over here, right? Hopefully it's temporary. Wow, look at that. He's got a ton of stuff over there. Okay, we've got a bus that needs to be dealt with. Gonna go to manage vehicles. For some reason, oh, it's doing the autosave right now. I'm gonna add a vehicle. I'm gonna use a duplicate function. And over here, I'm going to use a duplicate function. Wow, I can't believe that. Look at that. All those vehicles can't move that material. I'm going to shorten the line over here. I know that it's not going to move all that unless I do something more substantial. Just too much. It's not keeping up. Okay, so I set it for 1 and 2. Now you notice that it's got the black, and then it's got one that's it's got an alternative route. So we'll see if they use it. I'm going to watch it for a bit. I haven't used it that. Okay, there's a truck that went on the alternative route, and he did pick up some of the fuel. So now they're using 2 different terminals for 1 line. Which means they're going to get in and out faster. So you see he's got 0 out of 38. We'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye on it. Obviously something increased, went back down. I do think it's impossible to supply people with everything because there's just some items that have a shortage. So I didn't do yet the wheat. That looks like it's going to be the next project on this side. And I have this over here. I'll add 2 more. There is Transport Fever 1, and there's another game called Train Fever, which is from the same company. I highly recommend this version of the game over the other versions. Transport Fever 1, it's a little bit, it is similar, but it's a little bit more difficult to build and things like that, but it is mostly the same. I think he's going to need more space. I'm going to duplicate both vehicles. Keep in mind I could just put in a large ship. This looks crazy. That's a lot of material. Iron ore. Okay, so I'm going to do some more. I'm going to duplicate 3 of these. iron ore needs to go over here. Okay, so I'm going to build a line. It starts here and goes to here. And we'll call it iron 7. It will take the coal also. I'll call it iron coal 1. Probably going to need to build more terminals. If you have a short entrance, there's going to be a traffic jam at some point. Reason why he's waiting is because it's all on another line heading for somewhere else. Oh, look at that. Oh, huh. Okay. So it looks like he's on his way. Empty. He didn't get anything on his line. There's wood over here, so I'm going to bring it to the sawmill. Be wood 10. Full load, if any. And this goes on to wood 10. It is going to get busy over here. It's already kind of busy. So I think I am going to expand this. All I got to do is get those raw materials out of there and I'm fine. And the iron coal is slowly going to make a difference. He's probably going to pick that up right there. Cargo 2 is pretty packed. You don't want anything sharing with cargo too, so I'm going to move him to another terminal. And here's another one. It says stone, but it's coal. I put the wrong name on the line. So that's going to be coal 2. And change it to black. It better be coal. Got another one. I think this one I'm just going to put the storage. This one. I don't think they have this feature in version 1. I don't think you can upgrade the same way by putting individual little buildings. There's another one where they're sharing a terminal. This one needs more storage. Like I said, you can remove this later if you want to change it. So the other thing that I do, right now I only have each city connected to like the neighboring city, but you can connect to like, this one has Killeen and Pomona and Irvine, Philadelphia. You can connect all of them. So this is bus dash Killeen Patterson. And this one is bus dash Irvine Patterson. So now I can see which cities are not connected. It's not connected to Pomona, not connected to Philadelphia. I'm going to add a route from Patterson to Philadelphia. Going to color it blue. Bus dash Patterson, Philadelphia, and change it to full load any. So this is used where with cargo, it comes very useful. I have videos that explain it. I am going to buy a passenger vehicle. It'll be this bus here, and then I will assign it to Patterson, Philadelphia. So now we've got Patterson to Pomona. There isn't a direct route, so I'm going to have to build the road also. We do bus dash Patterson Pomona. Full load any. Go here, buy a bus, assign it to Patterson, Pomona. So that's the route it's going to take. I think I could come up with a better route. And I have videos where I talk about this. You put them horizontal, and then you build the road going horizontally across the map. Go here, go to streets. I'm going to build this one. It's cheaper if you build in short segments, but the road won't have the same quality. The vehicles will slow down. Now you see it's going on the shorter route. Okay, over here you see there's a cargo line. You know, I don't know where to find the option, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so obviously I accidentally did the wrong type of stop. This has got to go. Now it's correct. See over here, we do manage line, and it's got this option over here. So basically what you can do is you want it to pick up raw materials, and then where it drops off, this is a drop off. Number 3 is a drop off. You don't want it to pick up raw materials. So anything that's a raw material, you uncheck it. These are all the raw materials, you leave them alone. No, this is actually incorrect, isn't it? You're dropping these off. You're dropping off. You don't want to load the finished goods, and you don't want to unload raw materials. That's the way how you configure it. Number 2 is bread. So bread is a finished food. You want to load that, but you don't want to load all this stuff. And you don't want to unload food here, this is where you unload wheat. So that's how you configure these. At the number 1, you see it has wheat. So we load the wheat, the raw material, and you don't unload anything over here. That's how you use it. I'm sure I have a video about it. Okay, so Paterson, we did the buses. This is Pomona, Killeen. So I'm going to do bus. Killeen, Pomona. So now I can click over here and I can see any missing bus routes. So I click here, we've got Antioch, Pomona, Paterson. We don't have a connection for Irvine. So I'm going to add a route from here to Irvine. I'm going to make it blue. Full load if any. It's going to be called bus Irvine, Killeen, because I do it alphabetically. And then I got to add a vehicle. Go over here. Buy bus. Click the bus. Sign Irvine, Killeen. This is Irvine, Pomona. Bus, Irvine, Pomona. Irvine, Philadelphia. We got Paterson. There's no Killeen. We got Pomona. We got Philadelphia. And nothing further north. So I need to add Killeen to Irvine. Oh, that's there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have one to Overland Park or to Antioch. So they're going to connect in Pomona or whatever. That's what they're doing right now. This is Pomona. It goes to Irvine, Killeen, Paterson, Plano. So he needs to go to Antioch and he needs to go to Overland Park. So I'm going to do a new line. From Pomona to Antioch. Make it blue. Bus, Antioch, Pomona. Full load any, and then full load any. I'm going to buy a bus. That was Antioch, Pomona. So you see that it's not a direct route. We're going to align the two cities horizontally, build a road, going across. Now it's got a shorter route. Obviously, I could have built it on the other road over here, and then it would have been an even shorter route, but that's okay. It's no big deal. Later in the game, that's exactly what I'll do, and remove the triangle over here, because you'll get so many vehicles going into the depot. You have to do whatever it takes to shorten the distance to make everything more efficient. Okay, so this is Pomona. He does not go to Philadelphia. So right now he's connecting through Irvine. I can make a direct route, and also Overland and Plano. He's already going to Plano. So I could do to Overland and to Philadelphia. That's Pomona, Philadelphia. So I do bus dash Philadelphia, Pomona, because I do it alphabetically. Pick one of the blues, full load, if any. Truck depot, buy a vehicle, get a bus, and then look for Philadelphia, Pomona. This one I'm going to duplicate the vehicle. Okay, so I just added Pomona. That's the route it takes. I could make a better route. I'm going to connect over here. That wasn't good enough. And the reason why is because this is a highway, so it's going to be higher speed. What I'll have to do is connect the highway between Philadelphia and Pomona. I've seen the highways very busy, but as you can see right now, my highways are not busy. In the long run, it does matter. You want the shorter route, so it moves more people. Colleen and Pomona. So he needs to go to Overland and to Plano. So this one is going to be bus dash Antioch Overland, full load if any, full load if any, Antioch Overland, buy a vehicle, add it to there. I wonder if I might be missing everything that I added. I added a lot of modules. You know what? I think you have to go to settings. Maybe you got to do it when the game starts. You got to add all the modules for everything that you added. You got to add the modules for everything you added. That's perfect English. Okay, Plano, Antioch to Plano. So with the modules, you can get different buses and trains and boats and airplanes and buildings and things like that. Where did Antioch go? Oh, there it is. So this is bus, Antioch, Plano, full load if any. The way I do it, the way I name everything, you might accidentally do a duplicate line, and that's how you're going to notice. You might say, hey, I got two lines going to the same place. So to go to Torrance, it's better to go direct than to go through Plano. And he doesn't go to Irvine. So I'm going to make a connection to Irvine. Obviously, when you save money, it's different. Bus, Antioch, Irvine, color blue, full load if any. And then I got to add a vehicle. Let's go to Antioch, Irvine. Okay, so then you want to check the route. It's not really a direct route. I could fix this a little bit. Make it a little bit faster. So now the question is, what if you want to do Killeen to Overland? I'm going to tell you my experience is when you make road connections with the bus that are too long, it's a waste of money. People won't ride it. Killeen to Pomona. This is Pomona. So I don't see Pomona to Overland. I'm going to show you a feature. You go to Pomona and then go to destinations and then look for Overland. You see that there's people going to Overland. So you want to have a route option. Pomona to Overland. So I did Overland Pomona because it's alphabetical. Going to make it the color blue, which is all of my passenger bus lines. Full load, if any. Full load, if any. And then I will find a bus, buy a bus, assign it to Overland Pomona. So you see that's not a good route at all. That's very long. And it shows you that what they were doing was they were going to Philadelphia and then transferring to Overland. It's really not necessary. So I'm going to make a route over here. Do that to save money. So now I got that shorter route. And obviously it's not the shortest route. I could have done a better job. And I'm going to check Pomona to Plano. That's pretty good. Looks like Pomona is going to be a little busy because it's a centralized hub. And a lot of lines in here. So I'm going to make it bigger for sure. For sure, for sure. You know, it's really not a wise idea to do what I just did. But I gotta do something. The buildings will come back. There's only 2 terminals? There's something weird going on here. I built another terminal. Oh, you know what? How much you want to bet I did the cargo. That's what I did wrong. Make sure you switch it to passenger. Okay, so this is going to ease it up a little bit. Even goes to Philadelphia, Overland, Plano. Shreveport is going to have to connect. Obviously, Overland is in the middle, but I could make a direct route to Shreveport. And what it will do is it'll just drive by here, and you won't have the issue with the buses that are waiting. These guys are just wasting time parked over here, waiting for nobody. Okay, so Shreveport. He doesn't connect to Plano. Overland needs to connect to Plano. One thing you can do, because eventually the cities are going to become busy, you can make a north bus terminal, south bus terminal, east bus terminal, west bus terminal. You can do things like that. And obviously the eastern terminal only goes to the cities in the east, etc. So this is Overland Plano. Got to fix that route. Going to even it out so that the cities are across from each other. Really doesn't matter how you do it. I don't care about perfection. Because people are going to complain, well, this is not a city street. I think it'll still build buildings over here. I really don't remember. But everything can be fixed. If you don't like a road, you can change it later. Maybe I'll add one more. I used to take the time to make sure I built the city streets out, but I really don't care anymore. lot of wood. I'm going to put one of these bigger boats on. Okay, so I'm going to sell this one. It says I can only use small ships. Looks like he's waiting. Can't put that landing, huh? So obviously they're a little bit backed up. One is waiting for another. Definitely something going on over here. I think I made a mistake over here. I think you gotta set it to use both lines. So now it's using 1 and 2. And I'm gonna add the full load, if any. It'll make it more efficient. Okay, you know what? I'm going to stop this video here. This is Transport Fever 2 tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, post them below. I do read every comment and I try to respond to all of them.